spectrum disorder is something that millions of children worldwide have been diagnosed with. Many times this condition is misunderstood and some parents don't even truly understand what the signs of it are. Although the autism spectrum covers a wide range of disorders and disabilities, people with autism struggle in three main areas: social interaction, communication, and imaginative play. What are the different types of autism spectrum disorder? There are three different primary forms of autism as well as two uncommon conditions. Over the years, it came to know that the symptoms are not always the same, and branching it off would help treat autism spectrum a lot more efficiently than having a broad diagnosis. The three main types of autism are: the first one is pervasive development disorder, not otherwise specified, otherwise referred to as PDD-NOS. This is the moderate form of autism. It is diagnosed when a patient doesn't have as severe of a case as autistic disorder, and it is not as severe as Asperger's syndrome. The second type is Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome is the least severe form of autism. It is also commonly referred to as high functioning autism, since it causes one to talk about their favorite things non-stop. Also, Asperger's syndrome is found 3 times more often in boys than girls. Autistic disorder is the most severe case of autism, which does affect the child with more impairment than the other form of autism that were discussed earlier. The two uncommon types of autism are childhood disintegrative disorder. This is the most severe form of autism around, more commonly referred to as CDD by medical professionals. The impairments are extremely severe and could cause seizures in children. Childhood disintegrative disorder is more commonly found in boys than girls. The third one is Rett syndrome. The type of autism happens to be one of the rarest form and is usually caused by genetic mutations. Rett syndrome is just about exclusive to girls, meaning that it is very rare to find it in boys. The impairment caused by Rett syndrome are very severe when compared to the other forms of autism. Autism is a type of psychological disorder. It is not only having negative issues, but they also have positive aspects. It is surprising to know the research done on thousands of autistic patients have proved that many leading personalities in the field of science, arts, politics, and other fields of society had success because they had autism. In fact, the modern generation geniuses like Newton and Einstein had autism. Newton was known to work non-stop for 3 consecutive days without recognizing day or night, even forgetting to eat, and sometimes even used to forget his name. Okay, can we diagnose the disorder astrologically? As per the medical astrology, the ascendant, that is Lagna, represents the body or physical vehicle that we come into birth. It represents constitutional nature and temperament, structure and appearance, and weak spots and vulnerabilities. It also represents the nature and circumstances of your birth, incarnation, or physical embodiment. Modern astrology gives the ascendant an essential affinity or resonance with the sign Aries and its ruler Mars, since it is the cusp of the first house. And so, the ascendant rules the body and physical expression in general, and the head in particular. Let's see the planets that are responsible for disorder that lead to autism in children. First, ascendant, its Lord and Mars. Second, Mercury is responsible for the nervous system, speech indicator, and body's immune system. Third, Saturn represents cold and wasting. It is responsible for toxic waste removals. It's a chronic disease significator. Fourth, Moon is the significator of mind, mother, body fluid, etc. A weak moon will give diseases related to lungs, nervous disorders, sulkiness, depression, weak eyesight, and emotional disorders. Bad and horror dreams have been noticed when there is a malefic effect on the moon. Fifth, the Rahu stands for poisons, pollutants, and environmental factors responsible for unknown diseases. Sixth, the Sun and the Mercury combination in a horoscope is a key reason for the most of the nervous disorder diseases. 7th, Uranus connection with Neptune as per Western astrology. 8th, the second house lord Mercury or Jupiter in Trigona Bhavas afflicted, etc. And the last is the Lord of 6 sitting in the second house, and 6th, 8th, 10th and 12th house making a connection with Lord of Ascendant by aspect are being placed in the ascendant. The second house is the house of social contact and speech. If the second house and Karaka Mercury for knowledge are affected, one would suffer from defect in social behavior and speech or will not like to talk much. The prominent among the various things that can be examined from the fifth house, which represents intellectual nature of a child. Jupiter is the Karaka for intellect, who discriminates right and wrong and gives capacity to understand. Moon is Karaka for childhood. The prominent things that can be examined from the moon are firmness, wavering of mind, impatience, stamina of the individual. It gives mental tranquility and inner quietness or restlessness. The quality of speech is governed by Mercury. The afflicted Mercury makes one a rank liar, antisocial and a gambler. The 8th house is 7th from the 2nd house, and the planet in the 8th house has full aspect of the 2nd house. The 8th house is the house of research, hard and continuous work, focus on one subject and repetitiveness. The 8th house is 4th from 5th, indicating Purva Punya strength of education. If there is an aspect of strong benefit on 8th house, it makes the native very genius in the research related matters. If the 8th house is strong and its lord is well placed, it produces geniuses like Newton and Einstein. It gives positive aspect of autism. If 8th house is afflicted and lord is weak and ill placed, it produces negative aspect of autism. It is a positive effect of autism that so many scientists, politicians, artists and writers have without autism, that is hard work, focus on one subject, no research can be made and no heights can be touched. But in general, autism has negative aspects also. The child and young person is problematic for the parents and the society as well. Let's see some divine remedies to get completely rid of autism in children. Recently, a single group of pre-post test study design was employed to study the impact of Vedic mantra chanting by the affected children. With the aid of social and behavioral assessment scale for autism, 15 children with the disorder between the age group of 7 to 14 years were evaluated for assessing the effect of Vedic chant intervention program recruited from schools in and around Chennai. Chanting of select Sanskrit mantras by an experienced mediator were given as an auditory stimulus in a closed room to the children for a period of 20 minutes daily at a fixed time. Alterations in the endocrine profile that include melatonin and serotonin were measured using ELISA kits. Polymorphism in serotonin transmitter was analyzed to correlate the endocrine findings. The result of the experiment is that there was a difference in the pre and post test mean achievement scores due to the Vedic chants intervention program. Some of the qualitative changes observed by the special educators were a reduction in hyperactivity, self-biting and other common traits of autism like head nodding, hand flopping, etc. This reflected in their classroom sitting as well. Some of the children were remembering certain lines of the mantras and imitating the sound of Om, responding to the Namaste gesture. Most of the children, including those with ADHD, sat throughout the entire session. The endocrine profile of the subject was altered. The conclusion of the experiments were that the auditory stimulus has the potential to provoke the cognitive abilities of the children. Vedic chants might be one of the efficient group therapies for the management of children with autism. Let's see the planet-wise remedies to improve the quality of life in children affected by autism. The first step is, as the experiment has proved, make powerful Vedic mantras recitation a key part of your child's everyday activities. You can start with teaching simple yet very powerful Gayatri mantra to make the planet sun stronger. Prayer of Gayatri mantra makes the sun strong. Gayatri mantra, as we know, is one of the most powerful mantras in the world. Life can be made spectacular by chanting this effective mantra regularly. If you teach Gayatri mantra to your children, the sun in the horoscope will get stronger. Once the sun is strong and starts giving positive energy, success will start increasing manifold in your affected child. Children get happiness and support from father. If the Gayatri mantra is recited regularly, the child will never wander. It is the most proven of all astrological remedies for autism. Gayatri mantra is known to be one of the most influential and powerful mantras since ancient times across the world. One can drastically and positively change the life and make it glorious and successful by chanting the Gayatri mantra daily. According to theories in Vedic astrology, if you teach the child to chant Gayatri Mantra every day, it can make the planet sun strong to give favorable results to the child's health. When the sun is strong and bestowing positive energy, success and good results will automatically be followed. Then let your child wear bangles made of silver and keep copper coins with them to strengthen the moon. Moon being responsible for the well-being of the mind, it will help your child develop strong cognitive skills and thinking abilities. Strengthening the moon will help your child get rid of mischiefs and disobedience. If your child is not expressive, crying secretly, taking every matter seriously and hurting, then you should know that she is very emotional. In such a situation, you should give him milk to drink in a silver vessel. This will neutralize the negative effects of moon. Next, outdoor sports will make mass powerful. Mass plays an essential role in human life. Mass provide courage, strength and self-defense. It's very important to have a strong mass in the natal chart. If your child is confined to home, mass is unlikely to bring good results. Therefore, you should encourage your children to play outdoor games like cricket, football and skating, etc. Outdoor games will greatly help make the mass very powerful in your child's horoscope. Next, let your child eat plenty of green vegetables to strengthen Mercury. Physicians and dietitians are always paying attention and advising people to eat green vegetables. Green vegetables are quite beneficial for providing us with protein, vitamins, calcium and many other types of nutrition, and it is also one of the most effective astrological remedies for autism. There is a direct relationship between green vegetables and the planet Mercury. Therefore, we the astrologers advise the people to feed greens to the cow and other animals. To make Mercury effective, it is very important to feed your children with greens and green vegetables. If you feed greens and green vegetables, your child will be intelligent and excel in mathematics. You will have very good grasping and receptive abilities. This can be one of the easiest astrological remedies for autism. Apart from this, you can also advise him to drink water in a copper vessel in an empty stomach. This will make Mercury powerful. Next, train your affected child to spend lots of time with elderly people at home and around to strengthen Jupiter. Spending time with older people will make Jupiter very powerful in your child's horoscope. Our education system has taught us to respect older people. Education is a culture of heart and mind. Everyone wants cultured children. It is very important to teach your children to pay respect to elders, be it family members, friends or relatives. By respecting older people, your children can develop academically and intellectually. The negative effects of the planet will be neutralized. The next important thing is to train your child neat and clean all the time to have a strong Venus. Venus is the ruler of luxury, good foods, dresses, love and marriage. If the planet Venus is not in a good position in your child's birth chart, you can feed your children rich fruits. You can offer fashionable clothes to your children, which again comes under one of the astrological remedies for autism. Advise him to avoid shabby clothes. Also make him disciplined by advising him to put things in the right places and avoid garbage. These small activities can make Venus powerful in birth chart. Your child will start developing creativity and imagination. When the Venus is strong, your child will excel in the field of singing, dance and painting, etc. Your child will never be poor in future. Next, let your children learn the importance of helping others. It can start with the family members, especially siblings and elders, to strengthen Saturn. Saturn is the Lord of Justice. He will never do injustice to the people. Feeding food to poor people and helping others can calm the planet Saturn. If a child is suffering from bad memory, then you must consider this remedy. You should add 2 teaspoons of boiled milk in the water that will be used for bathing by your children. You should do it at least once in a week to get the desired results. One of the simple astrological remedies would be mix some rice grains with turmeric powder and make your children to feed it to the sparrows on Thursdays. This remedy is said to be extremely effective in pacifying ill and negative effects of the planets. The other big challenge that is faced by the parents at some point of their lives is the presence of negative aura and vibration around the children. The negative energy does not let the children to perform with attention and precision. It may also affect their health and cause other such problems. To get rid of this negative energy, it is recommended to get a Ashtatadu Kada, that is 8 metal bag for your children. This is said to be a very powerful remedy to get rid of the negative presence around your children. As a parent, you should help control the functioning of the child. In today's world, we all get angry at some point in our life. Similarly, little kids too get mad a lot these days, and this behavior troubles their parents a lot. Therefore, the parents should always try to convince the kids to be calm and passionate about everything. You should make sure that your child sees the Ganesha's trunk every day. This helps improve their intellect. Also, they overcome any bad habit that they have. Also, you can try another powerful remedy. You should cut 3-4 hair strands of your child. This should be done on a Saturday night. You should wrap the hair in a paper and burn the paper in the next day morning. Also, take your child to Hanuman temple every Thursday and Saturdays. This will help them gain understanding. If you do this sincerely, the child will stay calm and serene every time. You will also start to see a positive change in the behavior of your child. Visiting Hanuman temple is a very good remedy. It's very important. We should trust this and follow with your whole heart. Start to do these remedies with full confidence in divinity. I assure that you will see your child transform into a very mature and intelligent human being over the years. If you would like to consult me about your horoscope, you can give me a call. Thank you.